Recently, I've been realizing that I've been falling into a trap that I keep on falling into over and over and over again, falling into an illusion. And I think a lot of us do this. We fall into any kind of illusion, whether that's a relationship illusion or a money illusion or, focusing on health too much kind of illusion. And I found when you go to extremes, sometimes it actually becomes more detrimental than helpful. And I want to share with you what I've been going through recently and what I've come to my awareness so you can learn from it, I guess, and maybe get some value. Okay, so let's get started. Hey Superstar, it's Gavin here from Wake Up Fulfilled. Welcome back to my channel. I'm a subconscious mind specialist. I help people reprogram their subconscious identity, their subconscious personality. And if you want a free subconscious mind diagnosis session, there will be a link in the description where you can find out what's going on within your subconscious mind. And be sure to leave a comment below with an affirmation or affirmation so that you continually reprogram your subconscious mind with my videos. So right now, I actually got a message today from one of my students. Well, I actually read it today. She sent it yesterday. And what she had sent me was a voice note. One of my students, she sent me a voice note. And she basically said, that I came to her in her dream. And I spoke a message to her. And the message that I spoke to her, there were no words. She couldn't hear what I was saying. And so my soul went into her being and told her a message. And the message that she told me back is basically the next day she had woken up and she was looking in the mirror. And when she was looking in the mirror, she never usually looks at herself in the mirror the way that she did today. And the way that she looked into the mirror is that, she could actually see herself, and she started asking herself, who am I? Who am I? And then I was like, I questioned myself. I was like, who am I right now? And once I know, who I am, and I've got a lot of experience with the ego and growing and expanding, there's this layer that I'm suffering in, not necessarily suffering, struggling with, where I always go into this illusion. And I ask myself, who am I on YouTube? Who am I on social media? And I realized that I am the algorithm. I am the system. I always seem to realize that I'm not supposed to be falling for the system, but I end up falling for the system. And the system says, hey, you need to make videos every day. Hey, you need to make videos that are longer than 10 minutes. Hey, you need to get a lot of watch time. You need to make sure people watch all of your videos and binge watch and stuff like this. And that's what's going to make your YouTube channel grow. And when you learn about that, it's kind of, for me personally, it's like almost as I become more professional. I become inauthentic to myself. Okay, so I fall into the trap of being a part of the illusion of YouTube, of the social media, in order to grow the business, which is good intention. I want to grow the business. I want to grow my channel. I want to help more people. I want to serve more people. I want to change the world. And so it's like I will do anything that it takes in order to achieve that. But then in saying doing anything that it takes, that means I will do things that are inauthentic to me. So you may have seen me do the whiteboard videos. And in the whiteboard videos, I've got a different kind of energy. Okay, like a teacher kind of energy, very stern, authoritative kind of personality. And in this video, it's like less, authoritative. It's like relaxed and chill. And I did say at the beginning of this year, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be more authentic, more chill. But it's like I had went to Detroit. I went to Detroit, and the reason I went to Detroit is we had a high-end client, and we flew out to Detroit for 2 weeks, and we helped this client. And in coming back, even once I was out there, I started making daily videos again. And at first, they were authentic. They were on my phone. I was just recording, and it was simple. But then when I got back and I had the whiteboard and everything like that, and I set it all up, it's like when you set things up, it seems like it becomes more professional, and this other kind of Gavin comes out. I think it's authentic, but it's just like it's not truly, truly, truly me. It's not really, really, really me, and it can make it a bit confusing to you because who am I? Like, who am I? Am I the Gavin that sits down and relaxes, or am I the Gavin that's really like, okay, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to reprogram your subconscious mind and all this stuff, right? And so the reason I'm telling you all this is because Even when I do whiteboard videos, I want to be able to just be myself and be fun and be playful and just be relaxed and just be chill. Do you know what I mean? Like just be Gavin, just be the Gavin who I know myself to be, without trying to impress upon you knowledge or information, but just to connect with you, just to show you what I've learned on my journey so far and some of the experiences that I've had. And I feel you'll benefit more in that way, rather than me like sort of telling you, okay, this is what you need to do and this is what's going to change your life. And so that's where I'm at right now. I just want to, be more authentic. I knew I needed to be like this before. Um, or I wanted to be like this before, but like again, it can affect now the algorithm and the views and all of this stuff. Okay, so I want to invite you to realize, where is this happening in your life, in relationships? Are you being truly yourself, or are you showing up in a particular way to keep that person around? Are you working on your business in a way which is authentic, or are you working in the business just to make money? Are you doing the health thing and going vegan and all this stuff because everyone else says to do it? Or are you doing it for you genuinely, or because it looks shiny, it looks pretty, and it looks like the right thing to do, or whatever it is? All right. All of these things we got to realize, okay, am I genuinely doing this thing because it's for me? And especially right now in the COVID-19, you should be reflecting on who, or I shouldn't say you should be. This is a time that you could be reflecting on yourself and deciding, do I really want to work that job? Do I want to really be in this relationship? Am I happy? What am I going to do when this is over? How am I going to move forward in my life? Why was I procrastinating on my goals before? Life is short. These are the things that we should be going through and processing right now, or could be going through and processing right now, to really get into that space of coming back to ourselves and realizing that a lot of the reasons why the way we act is based on our environment. And for me, YouTube is my environment, and I want to make sure that my YouTube channel grows. But in saying that, it's almost like I'm trying to make it happen, and I'm putting it a little bit on a pedestal, right? And as you know, with the law of attraction, when you put things with importance and when you put things on a pedestal, it tends to it tends to go the wrong way. You're not attracting, you're repelling. And so it's like I'm not chill, I'm not Gavin, I'm not chill, I'm not being myself. And last week I made, I don't know, 10 plus videos for YouTube, and I got them all up on my channel already. They're all ready to go out. They're all ready to um, go out on my YouTube channel. They're scheduled to go out. But at the end of the week, I was pretty much drained, tired, really tired. And I realized, okay, this is unsustainable. And I think one of the reasons it's unsustainable is because of the way I'm being. I'm not truly being myself. I'm more forcing myself to be energetic, forcing myself to show up in a certain way. And again, I believe in leadership. I believe that you have to bring, a certain energy towards things when it comes to communicating to people and sharing your value with the world. However, it's like I'm overdoing it. And that can be a little bit draining and stressful. So, where are you doing this in your life? Where are you not being truly your authentic self? And how can you show up better for yourself, for others, where you're relaxed? I've always said in my videos, even on my previous channel, that success is a relaxed state. So, if you're not chill around a specific person, you're not totally relaxed, you're anxious or you're afraid to say things, you're not able to communicate with them, you're not able to tell them what's on your mind or what's on your heart, there's an issue there, a big issue. You should be able to communicate with your partner, your friends, or whatever it is. Um, whether that issue is within yourself or them or trust or whatever it is, you need to sort that out. If it's with business, a business partnership, or whatever it is, and you're not feeling totally authentic, that needs to be sorted out. Because you're basically saying, I need to be a certain way in order to get this outcome. I need to be a certain way in order to keep them around. I need to be a certain way in order to make a certain amount of money. I need to show up in a certain way so that I can now get that goal that I'm after. And that's what I'm doing with my YouTube. I want to get to a specific goal, a specific outcome. And so I need to show up in a specific way in order to get that. And I always say in my videos, you need to grow into the life that you want. You need to change who you are and all this stuff. However, doesn't mean you need to lose who you are. A lot of people in relationships, they lose their identity, they lose who they are in that person because they're totally given to them. They got an anxious attachment style. They want to make that person happy, and in pleasing and making that person happy, they lose themselves. They no longer go to the gym and work out. They no longer, I don't know, do themselves up or go for massages, do their nails or whatever it is, or they no longer um, spend time with the lads, or go watch sports or whatever it is, because they want to keep that person around and they're not being truly themselves. And the thing is, when it comes to relationships, the thing that attracted you to that person and vice versa usually happened from you doing your own thing, and that's what's attractive. And so we need to acknowledge that authenticity and vulnerability is very important. Brene Brown talks a lot about this topic of authenticity. And I didn't realize that I was doing it. It was like an automatic thing. Like I just like, yo, I want to grow my YouTube channel. It's time to take it serious. I'm committing to making daily videos. It was very unconscious. And it's because I wanted to get to a specific goal. But I realized during this week of working hard and like making these videos and then getting that message from one of my students, I'm like, oh, let me take this as a lesson right now. And so I'm humble enough to learn from my students. I learn from my students all the time. I don't think I'm like some guru or whatever it is. Like, I mean, guru actually means bringing light into the dark. Okay, so shining light on the dark. That's what guru actually means. So maybe I am a guru, um, but I'm not guru to the point where like you can't teach me something. I'm not guru to the point where like I think I know it all. In fact, I am I sometimes feel that little bit of what is it called? Imposter syndrome. I wouldn't say all of the time. Sometimes like, well, that's one way. I'll make a video and be like, okay, that's an amazing video. But it's like, well, it can be looked at this way and this way and this way and this way. It's like I think in like multiple different perspectives, and it's almost like imposter syndrome. But I don't think it's actually imposter. I don't feel like I'm not good enough. I'm not, whatever it is. I just feel like, you know, that's just one belief system. That's just one way of looking at life. And that's what we tend to do, is we tend to go to extremes. So are you going to extremes with the law of attraction? Because law of attraction, if you go to an extreme with law of attraction, it's like you can become zen, yin yang, ding ding ding, right? And just like be really like airy fairy and not really take any action in your life. Very, very much in the feminine energy. And that's what I did at one point in my career and my life. And that didn't work out for me. I found I was making less money. I wasn't happy. And it just didn't work for me personally. And then I went to the other extreme where I was like, hustle, hustle, grind, grind, make it happen, take action, forget about the law of attraction. I went to that end of the spectrum, and I got to more money, but again, I was unhappy. And so I had to find the balance between the feminine and masculine energy in order to take myself forward and have that sense of fulfillment. Well, I'm still making money, but I'm still like, being kind to myself, loving, gentle, making those steps towards creating my dreams, burning myself out, beating myself up, and all of these things. You don't need to be like that. And so you want to find your alignment. You want to find your own vortex of creation, what feels good to you. And if it doesn't feel good, sometimes it can be a limiting belief in the subconscious block. Other times it could be just that you're totally out of alignment. So be careful of your extremes. Be careful of where you're going too far. Be careful of your black and whites, because it can be very detrimental to your life and to yourself, to God, to um, getting the results that you want. And being in this state right now, as I make this video, I do feel like I'm more in alignment with growing my YouTube channel. I do feel like it's easier and it feels less like work. It feels more like abundance and joy. And like today's actually Sunday and I don't actually work on Sundays, but I'm inspired to make this right now because it feels good. It feels right. It doesn't feel like work. Whereas that whole last week while I was making videos, it felt like work. All right. So yeah, I just wanted to. Whoa, I didn't even know this was sticking out like. My hair's quite long. I don't know if you knew that, but it's quite long. I need to get a haircut. It's hard to get a haircut in COVID-19, so that's why I'm looking a little bit scruffy right now. Um, but again, it's authenticity, right? It's authenticity. It is what it is, and it's a blessing to have you watch me. It's a blessing to have you, be a part of this movement. Wake Up Fulfilled. I mean, my mission is to raise the vibration of the planet, And I believe by tapping into people's subconscious mind is one of the most powerful ways to do that, because it's going to really take people on their path and get them to do what they want to do. Because usually things hold them back, especially if you're a light worker, you're an entrepreneur, whatever it is. When it comes to your purpose, purposes are hard. People assume that purposes are easy, and maybe I'll make another video on that. Okay, so with that being said, beloved, leave a comment below with an affirmation or an affirmation or an affirmation. And remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, we offer a free subconscious mind diagnosis session. If you want to get your subconscious mind diagnosed, you can get that at neutralityshifting.com. There'll be a link in the description. Okay, so remember to keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.